Hello. Hope that you're doing well and staying safe. So, essentially, in today's video, I just want to cover how you test a campaign on LinkedIn. Essentially, so I'm just going to cover in terms of all the aspects and how you should think about it in terms of when crafting your campaign. So, yeah, let's jump straight into it. So, essentially, with the first point is your angle. So, when it comes to your angle, you need to make sure, like, if you like in the business niche or you run a business and something like you want to produce income for people, that's probably the best angle always to take closest to the amount of revenue you can generate someone in terms of the amount of profit you can generate someone. But say for example you're a coach that's more of a relationship type person, so that you can kind of use the angle of relationships and things like that. So depending on the angle and what exactly the service you offer, you'll test various angles to see which angle basically works best for your target audience. Then from there, once you got the angle, the next step will be to actually send out the messages and stuff like that. So, with regards to sending out messages, most people kind of get this aspect wrong. They kind of stop too soon or stop too late. So, the main thing in terms of messaging, you need volume. The most important aspect is volume. So, for example, let's say you have 100 messages, right? So, we'll use 100 messages as basically a basis. So, basically as a basis. But yeah, you have 100 messages. You start during the week. You'll send 100 messages on LinkedIn. To know if that campaign worked over time, you need about 3 weeks to know if it was like the work you did with that 100 messages you sent like 3 weeks ago. You know if it's successful because you still need to send out follow-ups and things like that. So it takes a while for you to get feedback in terms of if the campaign's doing well or not doing well. Additionally to that, how do you know in terms of like KPIs and things like that? Like you start analyzing the campaign. So when it comes to KPIs, the main KPI you'll probably be looking at is meeting booking rate. So how much meetings that you're able to book. So you want anything more than like a 2% KPI basically in terms of meeting booking rate. So 2%, that means you'll be able to scale the campaign a lot easier. This is where you can add multiple LinkedIn accounts. You can start running various other channels and things like that. So that's basically a basis to start scaling. But say, for example, you did all those steps in terms of like you had an angle that you thought was good. You did the volume. You waited that 3 to 4 weeks to see if it was profitable or meaningful in terms of the messaging structure. Then you start analyzing to see if it was profitable and manageable. So you do all of the steps and you see the campaign's not enough KPI, so 2% meeting book rate. This means you need to start from over to find a new angle, a new pain point, something that you can start targeting, a new offer maybe as well. So offers are actually really cool. But yeah, a new offer that you can actually start using to make sure that you can increase your meeting booking rate. So that's basically how you test the campaign. Broad summary is basically you send out 100 messages a week. Basically from that week you'll wait about 3 to 4 weeks to see if it's successful. That batch of initial messages are successful, then you can test another batch in week 2 and week 3 and week 4. So yeah, that's how you stress test the various angles to see which one performs better over that 4 week period, kind of a 2 month period, depending how long. If like you just have losers the entire time, but you'll have a sense of how the campaign's doing over time. So yeah, I hope you found that valuable and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, cheers. Bye.